All right, we are up in the running books. Hello, internet. How we doing? We're doing some Zenless tonight, specifically the new Bang Boo event. I didn't know if it would be available today, so I wasn't sure if we were doing it on Zenless or if something else entirely, since they added in a new thing we'll talk about here in a second. And it's like, well, I guess that gives me a checklist to do. But first, following up from last night with the Rising Titan sword that we modeled up. I got it printed today. It took a couple prints. I had to scale it up about like an extra 0.1% or 1.1 across the board. Hey, Dub Spidey, how's it going? So it does end up a little taller. Just so you can see how much taller. I was about to say, what would show up well? Probably something. No, this is Kuga Ultimate form. Just holding the Rising Titan swords. Something a little darker. That should show up a little better. Yeah, that's where the sword normally goes for, because one of them's the original Soto sword and the other one is what I modeled up. The one on the right is what I modeled up last night. And I had to upscale a little bit. Otherwise, it did come out the same size. It just came out a little too thin, so I had to upscale it a little bit, which meant it ended up a little taller. Because as you can see, I lined them up. Oh, that's too. I lined them up even at the hilts, just so you can see that's the height difference that came off of them, which is fine. The Soto ones do have a handle piece that you plug in down bottom, like down here. I didn't bother modeling up that last night because I didn't want to, because I don't think it will print very well because it is a small piece. It's not very big. So I don't think it would print well. So I'm just probably not going to bother with it. I probably will do the staff and the bowgun maybe next week. I don't know. I think doing these smaller, probably one stream projects might be good for a little bit, so I can get away from Kimmy stuff for a little bit. Since Kiva, I don't know, made me very upset 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, well, I'm heading into Agito, and maybe I just need a break. Like, still do cat stuff, but not Kimmy's. Do smaller projects that are like, I can have this done in a stream. So yeah. It's printed and done. I could, in theory, throw this up on Thingiverse real quick. Like tomorrow, maybe. if folks want to like get it and print one for themselves. I had to do a small modification after the second print because the peg came out a little bit bigger than 3 millimeters. It was like 3.2 or like 3.02 or something. It was real. It was enough to not go in the hand. So I had to downsize the peg just the smallest bit off the upscale. Because SolidWorks has the ability for you to put in an upscale. So what it does is it just says, hey, this is at 1. How much further up do you want to go? So I put 1.1, and that is 1.1 times bigger, basically. So it's a little funky with the math sometimes. I have to like finagle with numbers a little bit depending on where I put the scaling, because the scaling affects everything. Because SolidWorks is set up in layers. It's the part of SolidWorks I don't show because I don't think y'all need to see the layering and the I don't name my layers, which is a terrible decision, by the way. In any program that has layers, you should name your layers so you know what the fuck it is without having to like go through them and click on them and be like, or hover over them and be like, what the fuck was this? Was this fillet? What was this? Cut and extrusion? Come on, stream. Come on, come back. Come back to me. Come on. Come on. Come on, stream. Come on, you can do it. Come on back. Come on back. I think we're back. I think it's done having its connect. Nope, 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 nope. Down again. Nope. Nope, not done. Hang on. Wait. Wait. I think we're okay. I think we're back. I think we're okay. We might be okay. Anyway, as I was trying to demonstrate, here's all this stuff you don't see normally when I'm doing CAD streams, which is all the layers and stuff. I'm good. And there is the scale. As you can see, just does a uniform, I think, multiplicative scaling of stuff. Yes, they're organized by layers and they are reflective of everything else. So it's a little difficult to move anything if it's like interconnected, because then the SolidWorks yells at me and just goes, what are you doing? Stop it. Stop breaking things. But yeah, just to demonstrate kind of what the scaling does. At the scaling I did, it is 91 millimeters. But if I roll back, the scale, take that exact same measurement, if it will operate. My God. Thank you. It's down to 82.86. So like I said, the math is a little funky when you do scaling. Use the scale tool. But like imagine that difference basically throughout the whole thing. That's what it does. And that's what I did to kind of like thicken like the guard pieces up, because the guard piece, like one of it broke as I was trying to get it off the supports from printing it. So I'm like, okay, nope, we have to thicken this up some. And I also just manually put in some extra material right here. So this part's a little bit wider than on stream last night. Yeah, that was like honestly less than an. I thought it was like an hour and a half of work, but no, it was less than that, because the first part of the stream was talking about basically the Star Fox Direct, that Nintendo was like, hey, we're gonna give you a 15-minute advance notice on this. Have fun. And I'm like, I'm eating. I'm not booting up the stream to react to this. You want to hear me talk about it? Go to last night's stream and go to whenever Star Fox Direct's on stream. You hear me talk about it? It is a remake of 64. Just a straight up remake of 64 with new cutscenes and stuff between missions to expand the story. They also put in an animated prologue to cover what is essentially the like rolling text that's at the start of 64. But like it's basically just the 64 remake. They put in some other things, like there's now a challenge mode that you can do all the different maps. I am mildly content because we like, God, I talked about this last night. And I talked about the sales numbers. I will show the sales numbers again. One moment. But the Bungie news, like, here's the thing about the Bungie news. That is not Marathon's doing bad. Not necessarily. That is Sony is lowering their perceived value of Bungie from when they bought it, down by the amount that was in that article. However much it was, I don't remember, but it was 3 digits million dollars. They're basically saying they overpaid for Bungie. What it honestly is reflective of is basically Marathon, and I would say it's Marathon's projections, how Destiny is doing, all the other stuff Bungie's doing, because supposedly Bungie has been consulting on all the live service projects Sony has been doing or been trying to do. They've been consulting on all of it. So it's a reflective of everything Bungie has done for Sony since they bought it, and apparently they're not doing enough. Or at least they're not doing enough for how much they bought them for. Which, surprise, surprise, they overpaid for Bungie. Who could have saw that one coming? But anyway, I talked about this last night because if y'all didn't know, Star Fox 64, oops, that's like, did pretty well for itself with 4 million units on the N64 back in the day. And did pretty well for itself again on the 3DS when they basically did a flat remake of it again for the first time around for 1 million units in the launch year of the 3DS. And also remember that this game is basically a reimagining of original Star Fox. So when they've tried to do new games with Star Fox after 64, they did Adventures, which was not supposed to be a Star Fox game and is a not that good Zelda clone, basically. It did 2 million, almost 2 million units. I'm sure that was enough, but like, it was done by Rare, and again, it wasn't particularly that good. But then they tried Assault. You can see how well Assault did. And Assault is not this in any sense of the word. It is linear. It is far. I think it is somehow longer and shorter than 64 because the missions are longer, but I think playtime ends up being shorter. Most of it is third person on foot combat, which is not particularly good, with a ton of enemies that are hyper aggressive and weapons that don't feel good and maps that are too big and claustrophobic at the same time. It's not a good game. I know Sad Out 12 and Stream had the hot take that like Assault pushed the series forward, and I go, no, it pushed the series backwards because it stopped being everything that people liked about Star Fox. Which is in like basically all of this. And the cancel Star Fox 2. But anyway. Command tried to get back. And as you can see, it did worse. Command tried to get back to what Star Fox 64 did, but the missions are way shorter. But you have multiple characters, which is kind of neat. But your choices of how you do, where you go in the game, are not based on what you do in the missions. It's a dialogue choice. And the dialogue choices are not all available to you on a first playthrough. You have to do multiple playthroughs to get all dialogue options unlocked. Which defeats the entire purpose of what 64 did, where every choice is available to you from minute 1. You just have to figure out how to get there. And then we get to 0. And 0 is basically a reimagining of Star Fox 64 with the Chicken Walker and the Gyrocopter. Chicken Walker is fine. The Gyrocopter is a piece of shit and is basically stealth segments in a non-stealth game. Everyone's favorite thing in video games, stealth segments and non-stealth games. I thank you, Smite Forever, for coining that term. Because it perfectly describes these segments. Derogatorily, mind you. But 0 understood why 64 did good, but its main crutch is, or its main problem is its control scheme, which is fucking ass. It is not a good control scheme. It is a gimmick-ass control scheme to make you use the gamepad in a weird, fucked up way, instead of just being a normal-ass fucking video game. And so no one liked it. Which is why it did worse than Command, and worse than Assault, and worse than Adventure, and worse than 64, both fucking times, and worse than original Star Fox. Also, you can ignore Star Fox Guard, because that was bundled in with 0, so its sales numbers don't count. And also, Star Fox 2 was bundled in with the SNES Classic Edition, so its like sales numbers don't count either. Because people didn't buy that thing for Star Fox 2. They bought it because it was a kitschy little SNES emulator in a box that came with a bunch of games. Also, as this points out, Nintendo's said, or not there, but like here, an insider basically said, yeah, 0 was not profitable. And if you can imagine this is not profitable, imagine what the fuck that says about Command and Assault. So if you're going, why are they rebooting the game, rebooting this by doing 64 again and calling it just vanilla Star Fox? I can give you 2 reasons why. One, Look at every time we tried to do something new in a sequel to Star Fox 64. Look what happened. Only one of these turned out well, and one of them is not a Star Fox game. And two, as the direct pointed out, they put Fox in that new Mario movie. That's new eyes on Fox after, I don't know, 10 years basically. It's been 10 years since Star Fox had a game. Not a new game, a game. So honestly, maybe a reboot is what we need. Maybe just a flat, straight up, here's a big fancy reboot with Star Fox 64. Maybe that'll fucking work. I don't know. But maybe this is all Star Fox has got. Because to be perfectly honest, nothing, and I do mean nothing in this industry. Nothing. There's no new mechanic. That direct detailed everything about the game. There's nothing. It's straight up 64 remake. There's a multiplayer mode on the side. That's just 3 maps and 3 individual modes for each, or an individual mode for each of those maps. There's a challenge mode where you can just play a individual level and do a bunch of challenges for that level. And there's a difficulty selector, but otherwise it's just 64. It's just 64 with a fresh coat of paint. They could not push that any harder in the 15 minutes of that direct by saying, this is just 64 with a new coat of paint. Do you want this? And at this point, I go, fuck it. Maybe that's what Star Fox needs. No, there's no Pikachu skin. There's amiibo support, but we don't know what the fuck it does because they didn't say, and only the Japanese website says amiibo support. But there's only like a fox, a falco, and a wolf amiibo, so like, I don't know. Maybe it changes the paint of their R-Wing, which is what it did in Zero. Yeah, maybe this is what we need to get Star Fox off the ground. It's just, here's the reboot. Here's a reboot. No frills, no fancy bullshit, no dumb bullshitty gimmick. Just 64, again, for new folks who don't want to play 64 on the Switch emulators. Or in the Switch suite of emulators. Because Star Fox 64 is on the N64 emulator on Switch, in Switch 2. You can go play it. But, like, the Blue Marine level lags to fucking hell, because that's how it was. It looks like an N64 game. And that's a turnoff for some people, because some people are fucking weak and cowards. But, like, I don't know. Maybe this is what we need. I don't have a Switch 2, so I can't play it. But, like, maybe it's enough. It does back up, like, them announcing this does back up some rumors that have floated around of, like, some future Switch 2 titles and stuff, and one of them is that next year is a new Star Fox game that has an Adventures moniker bolted onto it, and I don't know, that worries me because I'm like, all right, we'll see. Maybe they learned how to make a good Zelda game. Maybe for the folks who want a traditional Zelda game, they have to now buy a Star Fox game. If they want a proper Zelda game. Which I would find hilarious. I'm sure everyone will be upset about that, but I would find it hilarious. Because I am a chaos gremlin at times. But, like, maybe this is what Star Fox needs. I know, and I also know that, like, people are like, bemoaning the new designs. I'm like fine with them. They're like a bit more realistic. It's whatever. They look fine. They probably should have done something a bit more animated and a bit more stylized than something a bit more realistic, but fucking I don't care at this point. As long as it's a fucking good-ass game, I don't give a shit. As long as they didn't fuck up Star Fox 64 in any, like, obscene capacity, I don't give a shit. So yeah, there's like, I don't know, a shorter version of what I talked about last night. Because I talked about this direct last night. Also, it's out next month. Like, they're just getting this thing out the door as soon as possible. Which really does speak to the, we put this in the works when, like, we talked to Illumination and said, put Fox in that new movie, and we made sure to get this done and be ready to go out the door for when Fox shows up in that movie and everyone goes, oh, cool, Star Fox, where can I play Star Fox? And they just go, new game. That's also only $60. $50 if you buy it digitally, or if you buy it from, I think, Amazon and Best Buy, maybe? Amazon and Walmart? Amazon and somewhere else are price matching the digital version. Because Nintendo has now decided if you buy a digital copy from us, you get $10 off. Which, alright, that's cool. That's something. That's a trade-off for, like, buying a digital copy of a game. Oh, is this where the scene I kept seeing on, like, Reddit and stuff? Yes, it is. God. Grace. Grace, I know your instincts are kicking in right now, but don't threaten to, like, figure out how Arya ticks, please. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. We couldn't have found Io so soon without you.
No biggie. I actually prefer finding Bang Buddha working.
Oh, how is the new Mortal Kombat? Because a podcast I listen to that is going through all the theatrically released in the States video game adaptation movies just put out their review for the first one of those. Like, of the new ones, not the old ones, of the new ones.
Besides, it wasn't us who brought Eos back. That was the staff from 404. It was this pink intelligent construct. They just scooped Eos right up.
I don't know if they'll put out one, like, next week for Mortal Kombat 2, but... Well, that's good, because Annihilation, is, as far as I know, is trash. I remember watching it. Or I know I've watched it, but I do not remember it. But nobody likes Annihilation, and I kind of understand why. Nothing I've seen about it seems very good, especially coming off the first movie.
And then she was just gone.
Huh? She's a staff member of our group. She probably had other things to take care of and headed back early. My, that was quite the scene. I caught every second of it.
I'm guessing Arya, in robot mode, picked up Eos and then had to quickly change back because, oops, nobody's supposed to know I'm a robot.
Those rounded mechanical limbs, cute childlike paint job. Goodness, it's been so long since something tugged at my heartstrings like that.
Grace, you're not allowed to adopt her.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked, I'll make sure to pass that on to her. little closer and let me take a good look at you.
The podcast brought that up too, where one of them was like, they have shown 5 frames of this man. He's fucking dead. And I'm like, probably. Like, one of the trailers has 5 frames of him, and he's probably fucking dead. And I'm like, yeah, that's the thing people complain about all the time. And an eternally online executive has been like, we need to fucking kill this character.
Strange. I never feel this kind of maternal fondness toward a human. Unless you're actually...
Maybe you need to calm down a bit. Let's not talk about me for now. Oh, manager's here already. Thanks again for helping us out. Right, how's Eos? Is he okay?
I did a quick temporary fix-up for that child. He shouldn't go running off again anytime soon, but... See, the child's behavioral logic module is still affected by that mysterious chip. His sense of self-awareness is scrambled. If we don't get that chip out soon, one day he's just gonna slip out the door again, to that Bootopia place he mentioned.
Fairy, do you have a way to pull that chip out? Or track down where it came from?
Negative. Forcibly removing the chip would damage the...
Yeah, there's drops for Zenless because the patch came out this week. I have to pause the stream because things were having issues.
As for your other question, based on current data, this chip was manufactured by the Marcel Group. Its designated function is an employee access card. Its access permissions cover Marcel Bootopia Amusement Island.
Great. Since it's from a Marcel Group amusement island, we should be able to find someone to call for repairs.
Speaking of which, Björkbleek just mentioned that he could contact customer service for us.
Customer service rep? Could it be...
I assume Dylan's about to give us a call.
Dear customer, the service session hasn't started yet, but since we're old pals already, how about you give that little button a tap and drop me a 5-star review first?
Hi, Dylan.
It's been a while, Dylan. Can you handle the access control chip from the Marcel Group?
Björkbleek already filled me in on everything that happened to Eos. Strictly speaking, it's outside of my service area. But since you're the ones asking, there's no way I'm turning you down. So, this Bootopia is basically an amusement resort island the Marcel Group built for their Bangbu employees to kick back and relax. But not long ago, a companion hollow suddenly popped up nearby, and they had to shut the whole place down for the time being. As a result, a lot of Bootopia's Bangbu staff and a ton of valuable supplies ended up stuck inside. So the chip Eos swallowed was most likely smuggled out of the resort illegally, then resold without being properly wiped. That's what caused all of this. And as for the details, I'll dispatch a Marcel technical specialist to handle it for you. Just hang tight for a bit.
Thanks a lot, Dylan. We'll give you 10,000 5-star reviews.
Hold that thought. I actually have a little commission for you. Well, more for Eos, really. Supply recovery at the resort has been going slow. Now that Eos has the staff access card, he's actually the perfect candidate to head into the hollow and clear out whatever's been holding the retrieval effort back. Plus, to fix the chip situation for good, we also need Eos to gather some intel from inside.
Eos, I have faith in you. Besides, we'll be watching you in real time. You won't be fighting alone.
Yeah, and with our AI assistant as our guide, it'll be even safer.
Someone's a go-getter, huh? tiny version of Faith then. Okay, I'll shoot you the coordinates for the resort island now. You guys can totally head over and check things out before the tech specialist shows up.
Rotopia environment updated. Please be careful.
Oh, I have like a spin attack now. Okay. Ooh, that's honestly, I don't know about that. I think those numbers get published somewhere. I think the folks that normally track viewership numbers for TV and stuff, they do track streaming numbers. Or I think they try to track streaming numbers, so maybe you could look into that. I don't honestly know. Fair.
Essential supplies detected in the indoor area ahead.
I wanna look around.
Please follow the markers on the map and begin a thorough search.
Oh my god, we have an ultimate. Jesus. Oh, we got combos. we got hands we can throw. I love this. Like, hey, we gave Evos a giant robot. Now we also give him like fucking Zelda, fucking Link attacks, basically. Ow. Ow. Oh, whoops. Keep hitting the wrong button. Dude. Oh, I need a different hammer. Oh. I was expecting it to shoot me up.
Abnormal mechanical activation signals detected nearby. Watch out for bullets, or else.
Oh my god, we're fucking parrying
Masters will be worried.
Guardians like we're in fucking Breath of the Wild now. Oh, missed. There we go. One more. Excuse me. Die, please. Why are you dying?
Reminder, you can pick up supplies from broken turrets.
Oh, that's got a crit rate. But I found one that's like slightly better, so eh. Whee!
Warning, battery is low. You need to rest. Eos, please evacuate from the island as soon as...
Oh my god. Oyo put in a single player extraction mode in as a fucking side mode for Zenless. Because that's basically what this is. But it's a side mode of event, so it's fine. Look, they had a Fall Guys mode in, or like semi-permanently, so it's I don't care.
You and Eos came back just in time. The Marcel tech specialist Dylan sent has arrived.
Hello, I'm the dedicated chip quality after sales and maintenance specialist from the Marcel Group. Before we begin the inspection, I'll need to run a checkup on the child who accidentally swallowed the chip.
This is Eos. The chip he swallowed has affected his logic core, so he's been experiencing cognitive disruptions. Anyway, we'll leave it in your hands.
Parents, Eos's situation is a little complicated. You need to be mentally prepared.
Please, just tell us the truth. We want to fix Eos, even if it costs us every Denny.
Oh, it's not quite that serious. Please don't whip out your bank cards just yet. We're not some kind of scam operation. The thing is, this chip has been privately modified. Unless we find the person who did the modifications, there's no quick way to remove it. I've installed a shielding program for Eos so he won't be constantly driven by the chip's built-in commands to head to the resort island to work. But it's only a temporary fix. If you wish to solve the problem once and for all, you'll need to track down the person who did the modifications.
Oh no. Oh no no.
Eos has a point. Anyone who can modify the resort's access card chip has to be someone on the inside. Guess we'll have to check with the staff there.
I've heard from Miss Dylan that Eos has taken on a commission to help recover supplies on the island. Now you can do both together. However, I have to warn you, the island has been swallowed up by a hollow. For all we know, the person who did the modifications could be long gone by now. If that's the case, you two need to be prepared to accept reality and allow Eos to become a lifetime employee on Marcel Bootopia.
Oh, goody.
I'm going to get complaints if I can't close the ticket.
Oh, goody. That's ugh.
Dylan?
As a responsible customer service rep, of course I need to track the ticket remotely and learn about how our requesters are doing. Meanwhile, as your client, I can also keep an eye on the progress of the commission. By the way, I have an idea for the problem you were talking about. The chip that Eos swallowed belongs to a lifetime bamboo employee of Marcel Bootopia. If we can't take out the chip physically, then I suggest... Eos, there's only one way out. Climb that corporate ladder, claw your way to the top, become the island's owner, and then abuse your power
That's good.
Seriously? But actually, now that I think about it, it kind of makes sense.
Exposing an adorable little bamboo to the dark side of corporate life so early? My bad. But hey, that's just the worst case scenario. If we can track down the person who did the modifications, the whole thing sorts itself out. Love the spirit, Eos. To help with your exploration on the resort island, I'll have the tech specialist stick around in 6th Street for now. Just go find him if you need anything.
Rest assured, I'm a professional.
Right, we got the ghost bamboo when we go so far in.
New expedition begins now.
Ow. So, okay. Yeah, yes. Honestly, I don't know. It's called, they're in a conglomerate with the UFC called TKO, and they're prioritizing profits over everything, which is why a ton of people got let go this past week, and everybody else is taking a pay cut because profits must go up. As a reminder, WWE is not privately owned anymore, and they have not been privately owned for a couple years now, I think. Damn it. Is it a new universe or an event? I thought it was supposed to be an event comic. Honest, but granted, I didn't look too hard into it. Oh, okay. I guess they went, oops, we killed the Ultimate Universe too soon. We should bring back a new one. Yeah, it's Midnight Suns. You're talking about the, basically all your, like, horror magic adjacent characters. Yeah, that's Midnight Suns. Oh, fell in the water. That was not what I was trying to blow up, but oh well. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. I could not do that minigame for the life of me. My pockets are chock full of stuff. I should probably evac. there. Can I upgrade anything? I guess I can sell that. I'll sell that because I already have one. Those. Sell those. Sell that. Sell that. It's that hammer's basically done, so sell that. Okay. Should be all good and set up.
A new expedition begins now.
Oop, fancy chest. Oh, the penguin. Okay. When you said penguin series, I had to take a minute of just like, what? For some reason, my brain went, penguins of Madagascar. What? What? I forgot that there was a penguin TV show. Is the problem. So my brain went to the Madagascar penguin show. Yeah. Yeah, they got to put stuff on HBO. Gotta make that worthwhile. I haven't seen it either, but I'm also bad about that. Supposed to be up here or not? Nope, I'm already up here, so we're exploring. Oh, there's an invisible wall. There's something blocking my path finally. Oh, yeah, I'm not high enough to get for that gap. I don't think I can. No, I phased through my buddies. So I can't hop on top of them. I can hop on top of... Messed up that. I can hop on top of other objects to, like, use this jump. To give me that extra height. But considering there was an invisible wall, like, not too far from there, there's probably nothing up there. I'm probably not supposed to be up there. But oops, they gave Eos too much good movement tech. So I gotta use it. They gave him a good jump and a good dive that, like, has extra height built into it. Why would I not use it? I love how they're giving us like a 24-minute timer, and we are nowhere close to time. And the game's like, hey, you need to evac now because you're at story progression. Please leave. Please leave and come back. Which is like normal for how they like scale the difficulty on these events. Like, like 90% events, unless they're like billed as like in-game level content, are tuned way down on difficulty. Like they are very beginner friendly because they just want you to hop in, get your rewards, and like be done. I should probably. Oh, oops. All right, story locked for more progression. And we don't have materials. And more actual materials.
A new expedition begins now.
All right, Devil Spidey, you have a good night. Oh, it's back that way. We have killed the giant construction robot. Give me the goodies. Access the chest on accident. Chests are marked now. Oh, oops. Keep getting my buttons mixed up. We got the poltergeist now. We got a spooky bang boo. All right, I'm gonna take a small break. I'm gonna get up, walk around for a minute, get me a drink, and I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Let's say, what's new over here? Ah, the new boss. That makes sense. I kind of want to see. This does give me an opportunity real quick to show this off. Because we had a little bit of Blocky's news come in. Because they threw up promo pics for their Legend version Tiga. I think this is their 6 to 7 inch one. I have to go look up the others because they've done a few others in this size class. Excuse me, for Ultraman. So here's our Tiga. It looks really nice. This is their full proper model kit line. Unlike their Galaxy stuff, which is like a model kit like experience. Yeah, it looks really nice. Apparently pre-orders go up on the 11th for this. So if this is going up, I think Blocky's Wheels Ultraman's going up soon. Because I saw on the Facebook group I'm in both. He talked about it at the same time. So I guess Blocky's Wheels Ultraman Blocky's Wheels 2 should have some stuff shown off like soon. Oh, it is taking a while.
Good evening. Which part do you want to modify this time? If you got any questions, come find me anytime.
Ready for combat.
Yep. got a new mission.
A new expedition begins now.
Skip that chest. Grab this one. Hang on, let me... Nope. This way. Oh. I think I went around this way. Oh, I can't. I can just climb up the orb. I don't need the bounce pad. Okay, I expected those to disappear because they were the same tiles that are in the Fall Guys mode. And go around that way. All right. Apparently just missed that. Darn, I was hoping I had a bigger bag.
on the roof. Do not miss out. Bootopia environment updated. Please be careful.
Do I get on the roof? No. One more? Okay. I fell off. This has something to do with these that popped up. See you back now. Hello.
Hello.
So, did you see the Starbucks direct?
I mean, at least it's something.
That's how I honestly feel of like, well, after actually looking at the sales numbers, You know, a remake may not be like the worst idea ever. Because clearly nothing else worked except Adventures. Like, literally. And I feel like the only reason Adventures worked is because it was coming off of 64. So we got the buff of, ooh, new Star Fox game. I like 64. Let me play this one. Wait. This doesn't play like a normal Star Fox game. How do you feel about the design since apparently people either love them or hate them?
Just nope.
You don't like the realistic designs?
Why did we not use the models that they already had for Starlink and or Zero?
Because we had to give Falco actual bird feet.
Okay, that still doesn't change what I said.
I know. Does he even have bird feet in those? I honestly don't know.
Fantastic question, because I don't think you really get to see full body shots in either game.
I know not for Zero.
I don't think for Starlink. I can't swear to that, but I don't think. I know Fox you have full body model for in Starlink. I don't think the other three you do, though. I could be wrong. Could be a blink and you miss it kind of concept, but I don't think. Also, just because of the shared chat, you're gonna have top end, by the way.
All right. 1 second. I was trying to find renders. Falco has normal feet. And Zero, at least. Because there's an individual render, but I distinctly remember, hey, I have this as a poster. Like, them working on the walker part. Oh, look, Falco has regular feet. Or regular boots, at least. Yeah, they all have the same boots. In Zero. And he has regular feet and Starlink. They found a render for that. So they just decided, hey, he needs to have chicken feet for Star Fox 2026. As we'll have to call it. Or can we call it Star Fox 26? Can we agree on that? Can we collectively as an internet agree to call it Star Fox 26?
I mean, we could call it Star Fox Switch too.
But that's more things. Calling it Star Fox 26 is less. Or we could call it Star Fox 64 too.
Nope. They dropped the 64 in the title, so we can't do that.
No.
And we can't call it Star Fox 2 because that's an actual thing.
Yeah. Like, looking, I talked way too much last 2 days about this, but like, I kind of understand why this exists. This is basically we put Fox in the Mario movie, so we want a Star Fox game out. What's a quick turnaround on that? Just remake 64 and have new folks make it. Because I'm guessing someone said this, I don't know how true it is, that internally new Nintendo people worked on this. Like new employees as here's something for you to work on to get used to working at Nintendo. Here's a 64 remake. You don't have to do anything really new for this. And also, clearly nothing else has worked for Star Fox, so 64 again and see if this works. And supposedly the new Star Fox game next year will be the new thing, although it having adventures associated with it makes me nervous because I'm like, did you learn? Did you put the actual Zelda team on this? Because you know how everyone wants a proper, like, old school Zelda? I can already hear you not liking this idea.
I'm more sitting here thinking if they're referencing adventures, it's either going to be a remake or they're going to do something similar to Assault.
I don't know. I almost want them to be like old school Zelda, but Star Fox. Because that'll make no one happy and I will laugh. Because that's the most chaotic choice in this.
Probably just going to be a remake.
Yeah. Because, like, there's a desire for old school Zelda since we haven't had that since Skyward Sword? I know Echoes of Wisdom doesn't count. Oh wait, no. Does the DX remake count?
I mean, not really with it being a re-release.
Okay, so like
And
that would be Skyward Sword then, which that's been a while. It's actually been longer since since Zero, I think. Because it's been 10 years since Zero came out. Which is another like, maybe we just do 64 again because like
Link Between Worlds.
Was that after Skyward Sword?
I think so.
Okay. Still,
Because
that's been a while.
That was 3DS, so I think so.
That's still been a while. So, like, there's a want for old school, old-fashioned Zelda. Because that's all people complain about when looking at Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and Echoes of Wisdom. It's like, there's no dungeons. It's not old school Zelda. And it's like, here's your old school Zelda. Except it's Fox instead of Link. Because, like...
I think the problem, personally, with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is the stupid early difficulty spike.
Oh, I would also say the narrative that is broken up into chunks that don't have anything to do with each other because they need to be done in any order. So, and also Tears of the Kingdom is Breath of the Wild again, structurally, which takes a lot out of that game. But yes, that is also a problem. Waiting on dashboard update. Also, I guess since the 64 remake's real, are you ready for Ocarina of Time remake again? Also, oddly enough, that Star Fox 64 like remake they did for the 3DS, that was the first year of the 3DS. That's awfully convenient timing for this, isn't it? And it's also within the first year of the Switch too. I don't know when that Ocarina of Time remake was, but if it's within the first year as well, boy, are you going to be able to draw some comparisons real soon.
You do realize it's not in the first year?
I thought it was. It's
It is
2000.
20 days beyond
Oh, okay.
for the 64 re-release.
Okay. I just saw it was 2011 on the sales chart I was looking at, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's the first year.
Star Fox 2 for the Switch 2 is not year one.
Okay.
It misses it.
Darn. So close to causing a
When you said that, I was like, no, I think you're wrong. And I looked, and yeah, you're wrong on that.
Aww. This means that Ocarina of Time remake won't be within the first year as well. Granted, I don't know when it was for the 3DS either. Because I think I could swear that Majora's Mask one was first, and then they did Ocarina.
Hmm.
$2015. No, never mind that. The Ocarina of Time remake was also 2011. What the fuck? Is Nintendo breaking glass and going, what did we do for the 3DS? Let's do that for the Switch 2, because Switch 2 needs games.
No, what I think it is Nintendo is hearing everyone say, where's this re-release? And they're like, oh, you mean this one?
Yeah.
Because like all during the Switch's life cycle, it was, it would be nice if we could get the two Zelda re-releases ported over. So what do we get? Anything except for that.
No, they went.
I think literally at this point, the Wii U's library is for the most part on the Switch or Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
Except for those two. And it's like, really? Really?
I was about to say, oh, those two, you wanted those ports to those two Zeldas. Oh, the ones on the 3DS? Oh, we can do those. We'll have to remake them, but we can do those. You meant that one, those two, right?
Because because I legitimately, if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw something where like those two and Zero are like the only thing that hasn't had a port of some kind.
That would make sense, honestly.
Or at least something continuing it, because I mean, obviously Splatoon isn't getting ported, but we got 2 and 3.
Yeah, the most they bothered with that was, here's one's lobby.
Yeah.
I gotta
And I
pray-
think that was what I think that might be what that post said was even though we're not getting one proper, we got it in 3, so.
we got the lobby, which I guess is enough. Unless people really want one's story mode. Because I think
Which essentially is this 2 story mode with less polish.
Yeah, because I'm like, are there any maps that they haven't brought over from 1 to either of 2 or 3?
I think when you go to either, maybe there's still 1 or 2 maps, but there's not that many.
I would think, because I'm like, weapon-wise, I'm sure all the weapons are over. Maybe not all the gear for looks and stuff, but like, that's reaching. We are reaching for reasons for Splatoon 1 to come over. Anywho, I guess you're ready.
I've been ready, yeah.
All right, I'll take the stream now. We'll be right back with Double Dash here in a second, folks.